everyone's having a beautiful day today. And today I wanted to talk about the worst job I ever had. This is my story time. So I believe I started working at Jack in the Box in early October. It's like for me, whenever I get a new job and start that new said job, it feels like the first day of school. When you start school, you're all excited, happy. It feels like cupcakes are able to then, as you get deeper and deeper into school, you get tired and frustrated and you just want it to end. And you just want summer back. But yeah, that's what it was like with me at working at Jack in the Box. So, I'm new, I'm starting at Jack in the Box. And it feels like the first day of school. It's all cupcakes and rainbows. But then, my nephew's, it was his 6th birthday party was coming up. And couldn't really enjoy it too much. I couldn't stay the whole entire time because I had work that day. So I had to go to my nephew's 6th birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese in my stupid uniform because, had to go back to work at Jack in the Box later on. And then my sister, she had given birth to her 3rd child, her 2nd daughter, my niece, Journey. She was literally born on Halloween Day. And it sucks because I had to work on Halloween. I'm like, oh my God. Because that's my favorite holiday. And I was not happy I had to work that day. And I couldn't really visit my niece because, I was at work. I visited her later on. Maybe I think like next week. But yeah, I didn't get to see her right away because I was working. I feel like I was missing out. I felt like a zombie. Like I was missing out on a lot of stuff. Though the good news is I didn't have to work on Thanksgiving. That was the good news. But oh dear, I had to work on Christmas Day. Yes, they were open on Christmas Day. It was a freaking nightmare. I had to work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Both terrible. On Christmas Eve, we had to close early. So, on Christmas Eve, the line was like long. It was like the line would be like all the way to the sign long. It was just so busy. It was nightmarish. Luckily, we had to close early, but some of the customers got real ugly with us when we had to close early. Because I remember when our team leader, he had to go out there and tell the cars to keep going, that they're closed. And one of my coworkers had to go out there and help them. And a man spat in my coworker's face. Yeah, literally spat in his face. And another customer cursed him out and called him a slur. All because we're closing early. I know, we're all mature, right? So yeah. So, and to make matters worse, I had to work the night shift on Christmas Day. I was able to enjoy my Christmas in the morning with my family. And then sadly I had to go to work in the afternoon. And oh my God, it was horrible. Literally the worst Christmas work experience ever. Oh, it was a nightmare. The line was even longer than it was on Christmas Day. Like, we had to pack the orders like crazy. Oh my goodness. I remember there was this one stupid customer who came up and asked us if our ice cream machine was stood up. I said, yeah, and he wanted ice cream. We had to add the order, which we were so busy. Oh, it made me mad. And there were some coworkers who weren't even bagging the food right. And I had to clean up after them because, we didn't have time to, fix up mistakes because we were so busy. And I couldn't go home until like midnight. Yep. Isn't that just a lovely Christmas? Okay, this is a bit of a female problem, but I remember when I would go to work at Jack in the Box on that time of the month, it would be the worst because I used to have really bad periods, so bad to where it was so painful I couldn't move. I would throw up from the pain, and just going to work at Jack in the Box, a job I grew to hate, made it worse. It was more stressful, which that made the pain unbearable. And to make matters worse, sometimes I would go when it's that time of the month, and I had to work the overnight shift. When there's only 2 people there, there'd be like, someone, cooking, frying the foods, and then I'm the cashier taking the orders and stuff. It was so nightmarish. And I could hardly take restroom breaks because, it was just the 2 of us. I had to be there at the window taking orders, which was just downright awful. Like, oh my God. Like, it's just the pain was just too much. Like, I felt like I could hardly breathe. And I remember I worked this one overnight shift, which was pure hell. Oh my gosh, I will never forget it. Because, our manager, the people who was closing with the overnight shift was this new guy. He had no idea how to take orders. All he knew how to do was cook and fry food. He had no cashier experience. I was the only cashier there. And we had another fry cooker who hardly even knows English. So, yeah. Like, what was our manager thinking closing me with those 2? I mean, no shame to them, it's not their fault, but come on, that's not smart. And to make matters worse, I had to work cashier at the front counter and through drive-thru. Because I remember I had to go back and forth. It was horrible. And I remember I had to help this one old lady take her order. She could hardly hear anything. She's like, huh? Like, what? I'm like, oh my God. Like, I tried to hold back my anger. I did not have time to repeat myself. I was busy. Like, she could hardly hear anything I was saying. It was annoying. I'm not trying to be mean, but I was just that frustrated. My God. And then, luckily, I didn't have to work on New Year's Eve. I could, stay up, enjoy New Year's. But couldn't really enjoy New Year's Day because I had to go to work in the afternoon. Also made me angry. What fun. I could enjoy New Year's Eve, count on New Year's. The next day, I got to go to work. I just did not like this. And I remember there would be this one lazy coworker of ours. None of us liked her. She was lazy and rude. She always kept calling in, just literally messing up the schedule, all the time. She was just so lazy. I'm like, why is this woman not fired? God, she was not fun to work with. And she was a crybaby, too. It's like whenever she would get an order wrong, I'm being dead serious, she would literally cry, and some of the customers would see her crying. It was humiliating. But then one day, one of the fry cooks told her off because she got tired of that nonsense. She really came up to her face. She's like, stop it. You are too old for this. You're a grown woman. You make mistakes. Fix it. Stop crying. Enough. Oh my God. I was like, thank you. Yes, queen. Tell this crybaby off. Oh my goodness. I get it. Every time I wanted to cry, but I get more pissed off than sad to where I just want to drop a whole bunch of F-bombs. So I turned to anger, not tears. I mean, this was literally a grown woman, middle-aged. She had a daughter and everything. But come on, she was literally crying whenever she got things wrong. I mean, come on. Crap happens. But she'd also kept calling in. I remember this is one really, really stupid, ridiculous reason she tried calling. We knew she was lying. So, she was supposed to work an overnight shift, and this was my day off when she tried to call in. Because my boss, she called me and said that she sprained her ankle and couldn't walk. Come on. She sprained her ankle and she couldn't walk. So I said, no, I couldn't make it because I want to enjoy my day off. And I was also seeing a movie that day. I just want to enjoy myself. So I said no. So my manager, she then calls back that coworker, the lazy one, saying that I couldn't make it. Guess what? She can work anyway, walking. So yeah, we knew she was full of crap. So I found out about that because when I came to work the other day, my coworkers told me that she came to work and she was fake limping, literally like this. So she said she sprained her ankle, couldn't walk, but yet was walking and was just fake limping like this. And they said that her face was caked with makeup and she looked like a clown. Oh yeah, she was in so much pain and couldn't walk. Like, if she sprained her ankle and couldn't walk, why didn't she go to the hospital? I mean, come on. I have no idea why she didn't get fired. So, and then I remember I stopped working at Jack in the Box because I worked at Walmart. I was so happy. I got a new job at Walmart. I worked at the deli bakery. I got an interview and took a drug test and, came back negative. So yeah, so I started working at Walmart Neighborhood Market in 2015 of February. So then that's when I started to quit, and I could not be happier. So on my last month of working at Jack in the Box, I remember on Valentine's Day, it was coming to an end. I remember there was a nice customer who gave me some chocolate, little mini chocolate hearts for Valentine's Day. So nice. And also got some things for my mom and sister on Valentine's Day. This is when I was single at the time. Yeah. I mean, it was nice working on Valentine's Day. I mean, it was a day shift. I didn't like the day shifts at all because I felt like the day shifts were the worst shifts because it was the busiest. It was nightmarish. But, yeah. But, again, it was nice to get off early on Valentine's Day, even though the day shift was mad busy, which was my least favorite shifts. And also, the other thing I didn't like working at Jack in the Box is, like, whenever someone worked night shift, closing, they worked overnight, they don't get to go home until 5 in the morning, they had to come back that same day at 2 p.m. Like, that happened to me so many times when I worked overnights. So instead of letting someone have a day off from working overnights, they had to come back again at 2 p.m. to work again. That is literally abuse. That was nightmarish. But luckily, my Haven month came February. Like, I worked my very last day in February. It was a night shift, not overnight, night shift. I went home at 10 at night. I couldn't be happier. I took off that ugly red shirt, threw it against the wall, and I waved my jacket in the air. I was like, whoa, let's celebrate. Could not be happier. I even posted about it, showing like a post of people partying of how happy I was to quit. It was a relief because that job was just downright awful. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little story time of my horrible job I used to work at and how happy I was to quit because I luckily found a new job. That was better. Wasn't perfect, but it was better than Jack in the Box. So, thank y'all for listening. Bye. Hugs and kisses.